Good morning. It's Gina from Quiet Life Homestead. I'm glad you're here. And today I thought I would take you around and look in the studio. It's a room that we don't show very often, but it's been great to have, and we're really enjoying the multi-purposeness of it. So I thought that I would give you a little tour while I'm in here today. All right, well, first of all, when you first walk in, and then I've got everything open here, this is you get to see my really very cool desk. That's a mid century steel case chair and desk, and another mid century piece that I picked up many, many years ago for $1 on the street. It was in bad shape, and so it's been brought back. It was completely rusted, and there was paint all over it. And it had been outside, so I definitely have lovingly cared for that. That was over 20 years ago, and brought it up to my apartment. So this is the closet, which generally is closed, but it's basically organized. I mean, like, I can find most things in it. This was a great thrift store score that I got many years ago, and it's perfect for holding flat items, bags and cards and some finished work like I have. Let's see what I got in here. Mixed media piece that I've done, and got some prints. And so I'm trying to decide if this market is the place for those. I don't think so. So I'll figure out how else to get those out. But anyway, this is kind of the basic idea. I've got some Project Life stuff, and then all this is like vendor stuff. It's like that's the suitcase I take to the vendor booth when I do the farmers market. I've got a couple other vintage suitcases that have various items in them. I think that top one has some t-shirt bags that I made. So there's a lot of stuff that I actually have made that I'm ready to kind of sell if ever. I think there's some vintage hand stamped silver pieces. I got this little vintage pole. It's called a bell pull, I think, or something. Anyway, couldn't resist that. This is one of my favorite pieces. I know I've shown this before in a video long ago, but man, it holds a lot of cool stuff, and I just love the style of it. So let me close it up, and you can kind of see. It's very simple, but very classic at the same time. It's got a lot of really great storage. So the way we're organized here, mostly, these are papers and books and like sketchbooks and blanks. This is like different types of paper. There's like transfer paper in there, and small poster board, and then we've got vinyl, and then this is iron-on vinyl, and that's just regular vinyl. So anything for the Cricut goes in here. I've also got like various, this is like a folding mat. This is a glass cutting mat. So anything that's like, going to be involved in cutting paper, and blank things go in there. I've got in that folder right there are a bunch of prints that I've made, good for mixed media, for collage and stuff like that. And then these little things are so great. I finally got all my small doodads organized. So these are blanks. They're like keychain parts and big beads over here for wind chimes, and just little tiny things that don't go anywhere else. And I've got 2 of those, and they are hooked together. I've got space for my Cricut. I've got, let's see, these are all alcohol inks. I just got those out because I'm going to start working in some metal, but this is a alcohol ink piece that I did long ago. This is also a pattern that I designed in school, and I hand painted silk scarves with this pattern on it. So I have like one really cool silk scarf from that era, and I save it. I just like it. It's a cool pattern. So the assignment was then you take it and you organize it on your piece in various different ways and whatever. Anyway, I've got a little kind of a memory board, like a mishmash of some stuff. This is Aaron and I on our first date up at the Star in Roanoke. This was something I drew in high school for cheerleading camp. Survived all these years, like 40 years. My dad's obituary. That's I think our like third date. And then this was me in Paraguay when I was, am I in Paraguay here? Yeah, I think I'm in Paraguay here. This is when I got my digital camera and began working for the agency that sent me and sending back photos for them and taking pictures for their magazine. That's a picture of me when I'm a baby. Was a baby. I'm not a baby anymore. I'm always picking up like art supplies and stuff. Sorry, I'm ironing, so I'm trying to move my ironing board where it makes some kind of sense. Random paint supplies. There's stencils up in that one. There's doorknobs and tubing. I don't know why. I've got seashells down at the bottom, embroidery floss that I just bought from a thrift store. A big bag of it for a couple bucks. These are my flat cutting tools, like I don't know, Fiskars, like paper trimmers and that type stuff. And then I've got jewelry making tools, small pliers, all that kind of stuff over there. Ready for any project. And I think this dresser piece, another really cool mid-century piece. I always say one of my favorites because, you know, all of them are my favorites. But this is all the fabric that I have now. This used to be full of fabric, all of this. And now it's full. It's got other things. I've got tools. Let's see, this is all embroidery hoops. Got a huge set of those from a thrift store a long time ago. And then this is more like tools. So I've got a Dremel down here. I've got X-Acto blade sets. I've got respirator. Those are like an anvil, hammer, metal stamps, all that kind of stuff. So heavy stuff in the bottom. These are sewing things for cutting fabric. And then I've got some special items up here. That is a picture of my mom when she was 13. That little bottle my father gave me when I was a teenager. And that ring up there is the gaudiest, craziest ring. But my father and I used to play skip bow and pass that ring as the champion. So like whoever was the champion for that day got to have the ring. I got some really sweet things that have been given to me over the years. This was given to me by my aunt and uncle from Chautauqua, New York, when I was a kid. Some vintage books that probably belonged to my father. I use those as like props when I used to use them as props when I sold jewelry and stuff to take pictures. Our last name in Italian meant peacock when I was a kid, so I usually pick up peacock stuff. Picture of me and my dad, and a very special book to him and I. That is a statue that my dad carved out of wood. This is a really cool vase, and that goes up there, but it's full of rubber bands, and I was using rubber bands. Love this little monkey guy. He's so cute. Also another really cool mid-century piece. And he's semi-valuable, so I keep him around. Picture of Aaron and I when we were buddies, and he was visiting me. And then I got some family pictures down here. And then this is a picture I made. It's actually a collage. It's a paper mosaic. Made that in high school, I think in my, I don't know, senior year. which was the only art that I took until, I went to college. So that's it. I think that's a picture basically of my studio. I keep a very special drawing that my son made for me. It says, "No mistakes, just happy accidents," which I think is priceless. And definitely, I know that with God, all things are possible. That helps keep it real. This has blanks in it, onesies and t-shirts and headbands. This is baby stuff. So if I wanted to make a gift for somebody or something, I can. And then this is a really cool, thought I was done. This is a cool portrait done of my father by a coworker of his in the 70s. And I ended up with it, which I love. Another picture of me and my father. So you can tell that I like to be surrounded by things that remind me of my dad. He's no longer with us. This is a picture of me in front of our 1970 Carmen Ghia. This car was saved for me to be my first car. I think I drove it one time, but it did make it. We were the second owners of this car. My dad was very proud to have it. And I wish I could have refurbished it and kept it, but it did end up getting sold a long time ago. So anyway, this is the desk where it all happens. We've got the basic stuff, laptops and little different items. This came from Paraguay. It's called a guampa. Is that the guampa? I can't remember if the guampa is the straw or the. But anyway, yeah. That's the studio, and that's a quick tour just to show you. Been spending a little more time in here. It's great because it's raining outside, so it's really a good day for creativity. But I'm going to sell at the farmer's market this Saturday. So I have another day to sort of get my act together. I'll show you a project that I'm working on, which is interesting. So Cricut, it also cuts aluminum. So I'm going to be fiddling around and making myself some earrings. I don't know if I'm going to offer them or not. I really don't know if this farmer's market is going to support. It's a pretty small community farmer's market. So we're going to do the freeze-dried food. We're going to have jelly that Noah has made. And beyond that, I don't really exactly know if I'm bringing art or crafts or anything. So we'll see. There's a couple of people there's a lot of crafters there. There's not a lot of food vendors and a lot of food makers. So what we're hoping is that our freeze-dried food will serve a need because it'll be a great little snack to walk around. I would have loved having freeze-dried food available when my son was a baby because it's like a one ingredient snack, but they think it's a chip and it's super good. So anyway, that's what's going on in the studio today. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and we'll see you on the next one.